You guys want to do a clap on 3? 1, 2, 3. Welcome everyone back to the BettorOff Premiercast. We're going to stop with episodes. This is Matchweek 21. There's going to be too many lost episodes in the ether. We're talking about this weekend's upcoming games, but before we get into those, how are your guys' weekends? How are you feeling?
Yeah, funny.
Or the week so far,
Harry.
the week so far.
You know what? It was an amazing week.
You guys keep cutting out.
Oh yeah, you're just saying that. It was an amazing week. I think the teams that played should have won. Things like that. I can't complain. Life is good. Christmas was good.
Yeah, still above both of you. Still good.
Yeah, that's real nice, Jordan, because I got battered, bruised, and broken by Tottenham. And then I was like, don't worry, I can win it all back with Liverpool.
I'll say you took the wrong bet.
And so I got double bruised, battered, and broken. So hopefully today's better. Hopefully my Chelsea Man City parlay will work.
Yeah, Tottenham ruined a bunch of parlays.
I did take Leicester no draw. So
Bet against your own team.
You have to know, like when a team plays a team in the cup and wins convincingly with the youngsters, there's payback due, and you have to take the other team. It happens. You see every single year they win it in the cup and then lose in the league every single year.
Jordan, have you ever bet against Leicester?
I don't.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like Dan's kind of a fake fan to me.
Yeah,
Dan's just a real.
Look at Dan with all his fake jerseys in the background.
Wow. Look at Dan's
super
stats.
fake.
Look at Dan's stats.
Big Pele Brazil fan.
Still number one.
Huge Brazil fan over here. He likes Brazil more than England.
I like money more than Liverpool.
Dan actually got up and left at halftime. He went into the kitchen, turned off the game. That's the kind of fan he is.
Yeah.
Once Salah missed that penalty, it was over.
It's funny, I was watching it with my dad, and Dad said he's going to miss this. It was a terrible.
People missing penalties always hurts me. There's never once where I bet on a team and the other team misses one. It only ever hurts me.
Yeah, it was a terrible penalty.
Well, all right, we can get into the games now. Starting off bright and early, New Year's Day. We have Arsenal welcoming in Man City. Arsenal is plus 550, Man City minus 200.
Are we not doing the games today, or have we already done those?
No, we only do the weekend games. Oh. This won't get out in time, Dan.
Oh, okay. So we're doing the weekend. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's go.
So what do we think? Is Arsenal in form enough to take down Man City, or at least steal a point?
This is the real good money one, because they're going to give Arsenal good odds because they've actually they've got some good form, but Man City are going to come and spank them.
Arsenal is plus 550.
Wow. I haven't given them good odds at all.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Not great odds. You can get Man City. Yeah, it's
minus 200.
Minus 200. Minus 1.5 is plus 150.
I honestly, this might be just like throw $5 on Arsenal just for those odds.
Just to see.
To see if something magical happens on New Year's Day after everybody's celebrating. He's already dropped Foden and Grealish because of them going out when they shouldn't have. So who knows?
This is all very true. So you're thinking put a little bit of money on?
You might as well. I'll probably put one unit on Arsenal just to kind of see.
Plus 550 is good odds, and they're finding their form. But it's Man City, so we're gonna have to see. Hopefully, the home fans are nice and loud for Arsenal. Get a little bit of a value play in there.
Arsenal they've conceded 2 in the last 6 games. That's not Arsenal. Something's obviously clicked. They beat West Ham.
It's stripping the captaincy.
Captaincy.
Yeah. From Aubameyang.
They're gonna finish above Tottenham. which is going to win me some money. So,
Did we decide it was $50 on that?
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. Because when I first offered it to Dan, he said 5,000, and I do not have that kind of money.
Well, you never know. We might have it if you'd won.
Yeah, maybe.
Not going to win though.
All right, moving on. We have Tottenham visiting Watford. Watford at home plus 450. Tottenham minus 160.
Watford.
Dang.
I don't think Dan's ever picked Spurs. I don't think ever once in his life.
Has Dan lost money on Spurs ever? No.
Unbeaten in 7 games.
Wait, they're unbeaten in 7 games. That's wrong stats already. You lost in the Europa Cup.
The draw?
No, you lost to Reading.
The forfeit.
Yeah, 3-0.
Oh yeah, you did.
We didn't play. It was a forfeit. We didn't play.
That is a loss. That's a 3-0
loss.
Conte hasn't lost a game.
You also tied with relegation candidates.
Southampton?
1-1.
Yeah.
This is going to be another. This is my other prediction for this weekend. I've called Watford to beat Man United. This is going to be the same kind of game. Dennis is on fire. Josh King is on fire. It's going to happen again. I even called it this weekend.
Disagree.
Newcastle. I called Newcastle against Man United again this weekend. Mystic Dan was back.
Mystic Dan was back. All right, but over under 2.5. I like over. Do you think Tottenham's not going to score?
Based on what I saw against Southampton, there's a good chance.
Hey, Harry Kane has 3-3.
When you have to bring on Lucas Moura to try and score, you know things aren't going well.
Lucas Moura is a good player. I've always rated Lucas Moura.
Lucas Moura is perfect to bring on in the 70th minute when you need just a tiny Brazilian guy who's going to run super fast. That's what Lucas Moura is really good for. I don't like when he starts, but I like when he's brought on in the second half.
I just want to know, you rate Lucas Moura?
I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like him as a player. Like, I think he's...
So if I said to you, hey, can you buy me a $60 million player who's going to play 16 games as a forward and score 2 goals, you would take that?
Well, now you're changing the argument.
Yeah,
you said as a player, not as a financial...
Well, as a player,
financial decision.
Good enough.
I don't know. He got him to a Champions League final.
What Lucas Moura did against Ajax is enough.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. No.
All right, coming with the hard facts. Okay, well, I like over 2.5. I think if Tottenham's going to get 1, they probably could see 1 to Watford. I could see this being 2-1 either way. But
I'm going Tottenham on this one as well.
Yeah.
What's the money line?
Minus 160. Watford is plus 450.
And what about with a goal? Is there a goal?
Let me check. 0.75. Tottenham's minus 123. Watford's plus 103.
Oh, that's a good bet.
What, Watford plus 0.75?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find my pen here because I'm writing down the picks that Dan says he's going to make this week.
Well, you can just watch the recording. It's pretty cool now.
Yeah, but that takes way too much time.
I'm going to write them down too. So I'm going to go for Watford plus 0.75. What was the other one I just in the last?
Are you writing them down as an argument, or are you writing them down to copy them?
I'm writing them down so we could talk about them next week, obviously.
And then I took... We know Man City are going to win.
Man, if only there was some,
way of watching the recording.
Or way to track it.
Yeah, but Dan doesn't put what he says he's going to put.
That's not true.
Ooh.
That's not true. I put
Harry's calling you out. Harry's had enough of your shit.
This week and went 3 for 4.
He said, I've had enough of your...
I've had enough of the Spurs slander.
Yeah, you can't come back calling Mystic Dan and then have bets all over the place. That's what Harry says.
Wait there.
All right. We can move on to a team that Dan does not want to talk about. Leicester City at home, welcoming in Norwich.
Oh, man, we are on fire. So expect us fully to get obliterated by Norwich next week.
Leicester's minus 250. Norwich is plus 750, and the spread is 1.25.
Just to prove I do pick Tottenham.
Oh.
Wow, he went back with receipts.
All right. Yeah, Leicester. It's crazy. We're playing. We've got no center backs. Our last game, Madison just went off hurt. Vardy's got a little hurt going on. We're just absolutely riddled with injuries, but they got heart. So I think we'll beat top 4 contenders Norwich next week. A very respectable Norwich team.
A Norwich team that's given a lot of the big guys problems this year.
What's the line? What's
one
goals? How many?
1.25. So Leicester's got to win by 2.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Minus 115 for Dan.
Goal scorer Dewsbury Hall.
I like it. I like Leicester minus 1.5.
Yeah,
I do too.
Because I expect them to win, so that's an automatic push on the 1, and I could see them getting another 1.
The biggest loss for you, I think, is Maddison over Vardy. Vardy hasn't been himself this year. You can tell yesterday he had a 1-on-1 with Matip racing for a ball, and 2 years ago Vardy would have absolutely smoked him, and Matip beat him to the ball. He's lost his pace. I know they're kind of resting him for injuries, but I think they're also trying to figure out how they're going to move forward. Is it Daka? Is it Iheanacho? I think they look a better team right now without Vardy, because they actually try and play rather than the old way of let's kick it to Vardy and see if he can run past people. So I think they look better without Vardy, in all honesty, which I never thought I'd say. And they are missing a lot of people. They're not missing as many people as Norwich, but they are missing a lot of. I'm looking at the injury list. Norwich have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They have 11 first team players out.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel so much better now.
And Pookie's
Even
out.
Better.
Pookie's out, the only one who can score goals. Cantwell's out. Their goal is out. Rashika's out. Aarons is out. Norman's out. Like, their whole team's out.
Like, confirmed out for the weekend?
They're out. COVID, out. Abdominal injury, illness. Illness, basically, COVID. Pookie's the only one who's doubtful. Everybody else is, like, dead.
Norwich is just going to go to a school, a local school, and grab 11 of the kids playing soccer in the yard.
I do want to talk about Norwich. So one thing that really disappointed me this weekend, for anyone who's a Norwich fan out there, which I'm sure there's not, but abusing the Chelsea loanee, Gilmore.
Yeah.
And telling him to go back to Chelsea, abusing him during the game is just like completely not on. Like, if I was him now, I'd go, see you later, then I'm going back to Chelsea. Good luck.
He's been the only one doing anything for them all season.
Yep. And they haven't scored since November. They haven't scored 1 goal since November.
It's tough to win games that way.
Yeah, it's really difficult.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, I think this could be a 3 or 4 again, especially if Leicester get going. The only thing that goes against them is how hard they worked yesterday, like literally running all over the park. That's the only thing.
Yeah, going from Liverpool to Man City, back to Liverpool.
To a completely different game, the style of play they have to play. That's the only thing that goes against them. Norwich might surprise them. I can't see it happening. I'm going to take a strange one on this one. I'm going to take Leicester to win, and I'm going to take. Let me see, Leicester to win, and I'm going to take
Dewsbury Hall to score.
Iheanacho to score at any time.
If he plays.
Wow.
If he plays. If he doesn't play, I'm going to say Daka to score.
Daka's hurt.
Well, then you don't have any.
Dan, I have a question for you. What do you think about Matip? To me, it never looks like that guy knows what he's doing.
I like him, but I don't like him as much as Kanate or Gomez. I think Gomez has kind of been given the shaft. I really, really liked Gomez. I thought he had a great partnership with Van Dijk. But maybe it's experience. I don't know. He reads a game very well. He's very good with the ball at his feet. And I think Klopp prefers that ball-playing defender, which Gomez and Kanate are not. They are more of they're just quick, physical, athletic.
Is Kanate the Leipzig kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's only young. You know, the fact that Ibrahimovic turned around to him and said he's the best defender he's ever played against was kind of a big deal. So I think eventually he will be unbelievable. And I think he will take over from Matip next year, no question, because Matip will be older, starting to slow down. But yeah, he's not my favorite.
Okay. All right. Now moving on, the last game on New Year's Day, we have Crystal Palace welcoming in West Ham. West Ham is plus 130, Crystal Palace 225, over under 2.5. I like the over. We've seen Crystal Palace put 3 past teams, some very respectable teams, some teams that are probably going to finish top 4. And they put 3 against relegation side Norwich. But also West Ham had a big game this weekend. Did they put up 4? Yeah, 4-1 against Watford. I mean, I think over 2.5 is very low for this game.
I don't know if you guys can see this, but on the FootMob app, I was looking at Crystal Palace West Ham, and they've got, is it showing it? They've got like Saudi Arabia and Nigeria flags as their logos.
I've seen that quite recently a lot as well.
Algeria and Gambia.
Can we just take a quick aside to say, first of all, we're getting new soccer apps in the BettorOff app soon, which is great. And I had to go through and download every logo from the top 5 leagues and
as soon as the hat arriving, or sooner?
Probably sooner, I would say.
Yeah, everyone, I want you to go back at least 7 or 8 episodes when I was promised a hat. Still haven't got it.
We'll send this to our guy.
Will, if you're listening, sort it out.
Jordy, you got to send it to Will. Okay.
All right.
Oh, okay. Am I crazy to think over 2.5 is the play here?
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're both, not the best defensively, and they've been scoring recently. Antonio's back. Hopefully, he doesn't pull a hamstring. I mean, I could see it. And this is a game that I'm not super interested in either team, but I'm probably going to watch this game just because of their play styles.
I'm taking a draw on this one.
Plus 240.
I probably originally would have taken Palace with them being at home, but the fact that Gallagher's out, he's a huge attacking threat. Eze's out. Elise's out. Zaha's just coming back from suspension. If he's back, I just don't see. I can't see either one pulling this one out the bag. Although every New Year's Day games are so like throwing dice up in the air, you just don't know who's been out partying and who hasn't. But I'm taking a draw on this one.
Draw plus 240. I'm taking over 2.5. Jordan, you have a play for this one.
I think West Ham will win it. I'm going to take West Ham on it.
Okay, plus 130. I think those are good odds for West Ham. I wrote them this weekend. They didn't let me down. I might have to keep it going. All right, now going on to Sunday. Let's start off with Southampton at home welcoming in Newcastle. One of Newcastle's final games before they have a really disappointing transfer window.
I'm going to go with Newcastle here.
Newcastle plus 400.
For a couple of reasons. One, Southampton relegation candidates, as everyone knows.
That may be the worst shout of the season, by the way.
Worst take of the season.
10
relegation
points clear
candidate
of Burnley.
Southampton. 2, I have this small feeling that every Newcastle player who thinks they're about to get sold is about to play out of their socks.
So all 11 of them.
Yeah, exactly. But when you got guys like St. Maximin playing, and I just feel like they can pull it out. And I just can't take a Southampton team that is still waiting on another 9-0 loss. I just can't take them in this. I
Can
feel like
it be
this
Newcastle? Is it possible that Newcastle puts in 9?
Yeah, exactly. This is my long shot bet of the week, though. It's going to be Newcastle winning this
plus 400. Okay.
Long shot. He's called it his long shot against who he's called his relegation candidate. A long shot's like Newcastle versus Man United.
It's plus 400. Those are other than Norwich, those are the worst odds here.
I'm going to take Southampton draw no bet.
Okay. Do you have reasoning?
I think Newcastle could sneak a draw. I don't think they'll win it. I think Southampton are organised, as we saw against Tottenham. They're hard to score against. And when you've got Ward-Prowse and that, I like Broha. I think he's come in and done wonders for them. I think he'll actually do well for Chelsea when he gets given the chance. He's their kind of player. He's got more goals than Lukaku, which is interesting.
So Dan with the complete, almost the exact opposite. Southampton draw no bet minus 350. 1-3. That's why people watch, man, for these really insightful lines.
It depends if you want to win money or not.
5 units, Newcastle.
Let's
go.
I will take the bet that he does not put 5 units on Newcastle to win.
I like Southampton. You know, they showed Spurs a
Jordan
little bit.
right now, and he's not. He'll back out last minute.
Pick
Back out.
Premier League.
He's doing it.
He's not.
We're doing this on air. Newcastle plus 410. 5 units.
Yeah.
I want a yacht for my reason saved.
Now post it, please.
Not private. Let's go. You saw it here live on the podcast.
Oh my God, there it
5
is.
units.
Everyone, if you want to lose,
bet.
that's where Jordan dropped out of the hot pick person. That he fell for my peer pressure.
Hot pick of the week.
I'm just gonna comment on it real fast.
Yeah, doesn't want a yacht, wants a dinghy.
I said the yacht is sinking. All right. Moving on. Again on Sunday we have Brentford at home welcoming in Aston Villa. Brentford plus 205, Aston Villa plus 145. Let's hear it. Or do you guys want the draw no bet lines? Because I know Dan likes them.
This is a tough one.
Villa draw no bet.
Normally I'd say Villa, but Villa haven't beaten them in 7.
Yeah, but how many years when was the last time Brentford was in the Prem?
Well, they played him in August. They played him in August, and they drew at Villa. They played him in February. They lost. They played him in August the year before. They tied. Villa were in the Championship, so they've played him a few times.
Villa draw no bets minus 140. Yeah, and I don't mind that.
Yeah, I like that. I like that bet, and I don't think Mbomo's still out. They've got a lot of people out, Brentford. I'm going to take COVID no game.
Ooh.
COVID no game at plus 500.
No, COVID no game's like minus 900.
3, 4. They've got 5 players out with COVID.
You were just talking about Norwich, who has 11.
But they're not all COVID.
Yeah, but doesn't it take into account COVID and injuries?
No, just COVID.
I thought it did.
No, injuries is injuries. Like, that happens all the season. The other thing is Mings is suspended. So that's a big loss for Villa.
Wait, also, going back to Norwich real fast, they have 11 people out. Do they have enough players to make a team?
Oh, yeah. Do
they have 22 players on the payroll?
Yeah.
Can they afford that?
They've got reserve squad. They've got an under 23s. I'm going to take
their under 23s, again, is just a school team, but we don't talk about it.
What's Villa outright?
Villa outright is plus 145. Is that enough for you, Dan?
It's not worth it. I like Villa no bet.
All right, minus 140. I'm with that. I don't think plus 145 is enough on a Villa team that I think should win, but hasn't been playing how they should. Jordan, anything different?
No, that's the bet I wanted. I'm actually trying to think if I need to reach out to the devs and take back my Newcastle pick, but we'll just leave it in.
We don't do that.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. Villa draw no bet is who I think will take this one.
Okay. Moving on, we have Leeds United welcoming in Burnley. Leeds is plus 120, Burnley plus 240. Against an actual relegation candidate like Burnley. I mean, hell, Leeds is a relegation candidate at this point.
Leeds have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They're also riddled with injuries.
9. They have 10 starters out.
Is this the new strategy? Do we just check the injury lists?
Well, based on who's out for Leeds, they got Cresswell out, James out, Harrison out, Phillips out, Cooper out, Struijk out, Bamford out, and Rodrigo out. They're all starters.
Okay, but is Burnley good enough to take advantage of that? You could have Burnley draw no bet at plus 140.
That's the bet I like. Burnley.
Sponsored by Rockbox.
Draw no bet.
That's a joke for legality reasons.
Not sponsored by Rockbox.
Well, actually, no.
No, it is sponsored by Rockbox because they send me things.
Burnley plus 0.5 is minus 135. So you get them draw and bet. You draw and Burnley.
I like that.
Yeah. Against all those starters out,
yeah,
I'm into it.
Do you think Rafinha's going to leave Leeds in January?
I do.
It's going to Newcastle United, baby.
I think he would be very silly if he didn't. If he went to Newcastle, he'd be even more stupid. But I think
isn't he going to Barca?
I think if someone like comes in, or if like Liverpool come in, Liverpool have to buy someone to cover for Mane and Salah during the African Cup of Nations. So it wouldn't surprise me if they bring somebody like him in. But yeah, I think Leeds are done.
Oof.
All right.
The Elsa ball's been found out.
I just love seeing him on his haunches. I want him to have a cigarette as well.
He must have the worst back pain in the world when he wakes up the next day, because he literally sits on his legs the whole game.
I don't get it. All right. Moving on. Everton is at home plus 150 against Brighton plus 190.
Brighton.
Okay.
Just going with them.
Any reasoning?
I mean, Trossard is in form. Like I said, I've always said this about Brighton. They're a fun attacking team.
Injured.
No, he's not. He just played.
Did
he just get injured last game?
Yeah, hamstring.
Are you messing with me?
Nope.
Mape, really great attacker.
So this is another one of injury games, because Everton have Richarlison out, Davis out, Gray out, Townsend out. So their attacking line is done. They've already proven that without them, they don't score. Rondon's not good enough. But then on the other side, you've got Brighton, who have got Veltman's out, Trossard's out, Dunk's out, Duffy's out. So their two main defenders are out. So three main defenders with Veltman, and then you've got Trossard, as Jordan said, who's been their spearhead. This could easily be a 0-0 game.
Is this just? Do you guys think this is just normal fixture congestion injuries?
100%.
Why are these teams not rotating?
Happens every Christmas, and this is why the Germans
Spurs rotate pretty well.
This is why everyone wants to go and play in Germany, because Germany take Christmas off. They do things right. They give players a rest, and we play 6 games.
Yeah, but they give players a rest. How can I bet on soccer? These are the questions you need to ask yourself, Dan. How can I lose money if they're not playing?
Why are they just not rotating players at this point, though? It happens in the Premier League. Just rotate players.
They don't have big enough squads. There's only Man City, Chelsea, maybe even Liverpool who have squads.
I'm not saying the players coming in have to be amazing. They may suck. But I'm saying, if you want to save your multi-million-dollar superstar over Christmas, you know what? Maybe lose a game and put in the kids.
If you miss Champions League by 2 points.
Yeah, but those are the teams that don't have to worry about it. It's the smaller teams that have to worry about it. And really, honestly,
would you call Leicester a smaller team?
So, look at half the players who have gone up through Leicester
Answer
in the past
the
year and a half.
question, Jordan. He asked you, is Leicester a small team?
No, we're not a small team. But look, we brought kids up, and look at you got Dewsbury Hall,
so who
James
are you
Justin.
Should rotate? What's a smaller team that should rotate?
I
have a point to these questions. So, who's a smaller team that should rotate?
None of the teams are small because they're in the Premier League. What I'm saying is bring in the kids, bring in the ones from the academies, save your multi-million-dollar stars, and you'll probably be better off long term. You know this happens every single year in the Premier League.
So let's just say Newcastle do that, right? And then get relegated by 2 points because they rested a game.
But you know what? Let's say Newcastle play through the Christmas season, lose St. Maximin for 6 months, and guess what? They lose 4 games and they lose out. It's an argument that
it's too close of a league to be able to take a game off, because if you get relegated or you miss Champions League or you miss Europa or you miss something by 2-3 points, and it's because of that game that you rested players. That's why people rest players, like Liverpool rested players in the cup. Like Leicester had their chance to rest players in that cup, they didn't do it. They played the first team. That's where the resting comes in, and that's completely down to the manager. Now, you can maybe rest 2 or 3 players in a team, but you start resting everyone. Team cohesion goes. That team hasn't played together. That's why these teams that have 5 or 6 injuries, they're not going to play the same way that they normally do when they have a full strength team, because they haven't played together.
It's just not worth. If you look at all the injuries, hamstring, like it's just happening over and over and over again. And then
the way around it is you play a game before Christmas, and then you have Christmas and New Year off, and then you just put those 3 games that we would normally miss or that we would normally play, you put them in midweek fixtures throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, I will say the curveball here is the COVID postponements. It's gonna be nuts. The end of it, there's gonna be triple game weeks easily. For some of these teams.
But then you got to look at the teams that have
Man United missed
they've said
5,
that players
right?
have got COVID. That's the other thing, that there's now this conspiracy of there's teams that are wanting to rest players and saying that their players have COVID, and they don't have to submit evidence that the players, all they have to do is submit something that says they're positive. A team doctor will write a note that says, hey, you're positive, to submit it to rest players. So is that going to come back and haunt some of these teams who are, we can't play. Now they've got to play 5 games in a week because they.
Well, who's missed a lot of games? Man United's missed a few. Tottenham missed a few.
Leeds.
Arsenal.
If you look at the league,
I think Arsenal missed 1 or 2. Not like Tottenham or Man U. I think Tottenham and Man U are the bigger teams.
Burnley are 4 games behind.
That's true.
And
Tottenham's 2 games behind. Man United's 2 games behind.
Can you imagine
2 games behind.
A final match week, 4 games for Burnley to save their season?
That's what I mean. These teams are going to have to play back to back games. So that's the perfect example, Jordan, of what we were just talking about. So if Burnley rest player, they're 18th right now. So they're 18th, and they are 2 points behind getting out of the relegation zone. Well, they can't rest players. If they rest players and that's a game that they could have won with a full strength team in, they get relegated.
But what's stopping Burnley to rest their players against Man City?
That would be a smart thing to do.
And just be we'll take the loss.
But that's the thing, is they won't. It should be done, and it would be the smart thing to do. But let's see who their games are.
But where's the trust in any of the academy players?
They're not good enough. That's why they're in the academy. They're not old enough. They're not physical enough.
Yeah, but you could have said that about Luke Thomas, James Justin. Those guys Dewsbury Hall. They were the same thing.
Yeah, but you're talking about players. You're talking about academy players and fringe first team players. There's a huge difference. Luke Thomas is.
He's third choice, if not fourth, before he came on.
He's 20 years old though. These academy players are 17.
He came on 2 years ago. He was young, 18-year-old, 17-year-old Luke Thomas.
James Justin's 23. The difference between a 16, 17-year-old and a 20, 21-year-old is night and day in the Premier League. Maybe not so much in like the Championship or anything like that, but in the Premier League is night and day.
Fair enough.
Dan, you mentioned the cup a little while back. How does it feel to still be in it?
I wish
it feels pretty good.
No.
I think it feels pretty good to be in the semifinals.
It's
Jordan,
honestly, it's a meaningless.
Honestly, it's a nothing cup.
No one really even tries.
Until Spurs win, and then we finally have a trophy.
It's a nothing cup.
All right.
And by the way, Burnley's games that they've got to catch up are Everton, Villa, Watford, and Tottenham.
All winnable games.
You know, so that there's a hope.
All right, I'm gonna say Everton, Brighton. I'm staying away from. I don't want to touch that game.
I'm going with a draw.
A draw plus 245. Jordan. Brighton plus 1.
5 units. Okay. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, we're down to the last two. A big top 4 matchup. We have Chelsea at home welcoming in Liverpool. Chelsea's plus 180, Liverpool plus 155. Dan, bestow your knowledge.
Chelsea.
Just money line?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going Chelsea as well.
Really?
I don't think Liverpool have defended well enough this year. They're too easy to carve open. Like, I love Trent Alexander-Arnold, but he's not a defender.
With Trent Alexander-Arnold, like how many years has he been like superstar, like outside back? 2 years. It seems like to me, I was watching the Liverpool game. It seems like he came up and then every once in a while he'd do these crazy flicks and moves, and people are like, "Holy shit, this guy's great!" And then that's all he does now. He just doesn't focus on playing like sound soccer. Yeah, he tries to do the fancy thing too much.
I think he would be great as part of a back 5 where he can just get forward and not have to worry about getting back so much. Mm-hmm. But when you play like with Robbo and Trent on both sides, with how much they bomb forward, and we were always taught playing like if one of you goes forward, the other one stays back. If the right back goes forward, the left back tucks in, and you make a back 3 kind of deal. Liverpool don't do that. Like if you ever watched Liverpool, like yesterday, Trent's first thought when he gets the ball is to play that huge switch across the park to Robertson, or yesterday was Tsimikas. But they get so high that they're always left as Van Dijk and Matip, and that's
Matip isn't fast enough for that.
And that's when we then get exposed. And I think Chelsea will know that, obviously, and I think with the pace of Pulisic. I think they're going to be in trouble. This could be, if Chelsea are smart, although it's at Chelsea, I think Chelsea will sit back and then they will break with Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi, use the pace, and I think it could end up being a 2 or 3 kind of game. What's the over?
2.5 is minus 125.
I like the over because I think this is going to be one where Liverpool are going to try and just outscore them. I don't think they're going to sit
and that's kind of been Liverpool's strategy over the past couple of years. Hey, let's play in the other team's half. We're going to make this a half-field game. It was almost like their pressing from Salah, from Mane, from the whole front line is their defense almost. And it almost seems like, hey, is that strategy just not working anymore and teams are able to counter and you can't contain them in just your half anymore?
Well, that's the thing. Again, what I saw every time I watch Liverpool, they do that. They press, right? But their front 3, they're not built for that. They don't have a Lukaku in the box. They just throw crosses in to like pretty tiny players.
Yeah.
Like the speed that they have works so well if they can catch them out, or if they
someone like
run
a
through ball
coming into Liverpool would change that whole dynamic. Like if
yes,
you could find a forward who's good in the air, still quick. But yeah,
because the speed. If they just launch a through ball, any one of their attackers can get there, can beat a defender. Yeah. But when teams just put 10 guys in the box,
Well, like Mane
There's
yesterday
nothing
had a
Liverpool
one-on-one,
can do.
and he normally scores that one-on-one and put it over the bar from inside the box.
Yeah.
Like, should have scored. He hasn't scored in 8. That's worrying. His confidence is down. I don't think Klopp knows who his best forward is, whether it's Jota or whether it's Firmino. I'd love to see Firmino kind of just behind Jota and maybe go a little bit more attacking. Have Henderson and Fabinho sitting, and then let Firmino maybe in a free roll in front of them. But yeah, I'm going to take Chelsea, and I'm going to take the over.
Okay. Yeah, over 2.5 I think is a good bet here for me personally. All right. Actually, speaking of Chelsea, it was like last week or the week before when me and Dan had a friendly wager about if Werner was going to score, and I don't think he even played. And you were I'm going to go back and find it because you were real confident he was going to play and score.
But I did say if he doesn't play, he's not going to score.
You got to check this. Dan does this. He'll be like, "Well, I did for sure say." So make sure you check it.
He said he's going to play.
I remember saying if he plays, he will score.
Well, according to Harrison, he said he is. You said he is going to play. So that seems like
I said if he plays,
all right.
he will score.
I say I'm going to check the tape, but I'm probably not going to check the tape.
You go and check it. I want you to.
All right, final game of the weekend. Man United at home against Wolves. Man United minus 185, Wolves plus 550. Go.
This could be a single unit Wolves, just for the main fact of.
And then
Man
over under
United,
2.5.
Man United have just been so poor, and it's almost like I'd place 2 bets. One for Manchester United to win, and then just a single unit on Wolves, just to see if they'll have. I don't think there'll be a draw, but Manchester United are so poor. It's just one of those ones. Honestly, it might just be best to avoid it. To be honest, I wouldn't put it in any parlay. You just can't trust them right now.
So Man United drew against Newcastle, beat Norwich, beat Crystal, beat Arsenal, drew Chelsea in their last 5, then lost to Watford. I'm kind of Man United scares me. You never know what's coming. Is Ronaldo actually gonna
chocolates? You never know what you're gonna get.
I mean, is Ronaldo gonna try, or is he gonna stand there and try to slap the ref the whole game?
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's something going on there that's just not clicking. I don't know how long the manager will even stay there. I'm sure he's pissed about everything that's going on there, but it just doesn't look good. And I've said it before, is that I don't think bringing in Ronaldo was the best thing to do. Obviously, you can't let him go to Man City for branding, but I don't think he's been, he's had some game winners, but I'm not sure those games would have been that close if you didn't have somebody else as the striker.
Dan, do you have any insights on this game? Any injury updates?
I'm going for Man U.
Man U minus 185.
Yeah, Man U aren't really missing anybody. Everyone seems fit. Wolves are missing 8 players. Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
Okay. Well, that does it. Do you guys have a favorite pick? Because I'm going to be placing the Premiercast parlay of Tottenham, Leicester, and Liverpool all together for plus 480.
That's not a bad bet.
I do it every time. Every time they play. Throw a little bit on that parlay.
Maybe that's what we should just do from now on. It is just a for sure Leicester, Liverpool, Tottenham, and then somebody can add in their 4th leg.
No, my pick is going to be the Liverpool over 2.5.
All right. Man. You know what? I'll do a West Ham win.
West Ham win
over Crystal Palace
at plus 120.
Daniel.
I am going to take... Let's have a look. I'm going to take Southampton draw no bet.
Southampton draw no bet. All right. Wait, what was that? What are the odds on that one? Southampton draw no bet minus 350. Okay, the safe one.
Yeah.
He says before it loses. All right, so right now we're at plus 409 odds wise. Jordan, explain.
All right. For the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds who watch our podcast, we'll be posting this on our social media platforms. Comment your leg before the games. We'll try to get this up today, which is Wednesday. What you think the fourth leg should be, and we'll be putting a nice old $5 on it. And if we win, we will be giving you half the cash sent to you. And that's it. So just make sure to comment, like, retweet, share, print it out, post it on the alleyways, show everybody what your fourth leg is. And yeah, there we go.
All right. Any other soccer news you guys want to cover besides the fact that Mbappe multiple times this week has said he's never going to play for Spurs in his life? I mean, the guy just hates us. It just makes me sad.
You blame him?
No, but like, why has he said it on more than one occasion? Like, come on, we get it, dude. Come on.
He really wants you to know.
Or he's trying to play hard to get and he really wants to come here.
Levy, please stop calling me. Please.
His next interview is just going to be like, Daniel Levy, stop it.
You're starting to scare my children, my wife. No.
Nothing else?
Maybe.
Everyone excited for an exciting January transfer window?
It'll be interesting, that's for sure.
I know Leicester's got to pick up some people. If we don't, we are screwed.
Let's just hope Tottenham brings in a defender or two. That's my
Holland.
Christmas wish.
I want Holland. I want a big Premier League transfer. I don't really care who it goes to. I want Holland in.
Something to shake it up.
Yeah, something to switch things up.
If Holland goes to Man City, I'm gonna be very sad.
Yeah.
Holland might go to Man City.
He might or he won't.
He won't.
Confident in that.
Yeah, no, I don't think he'd go there.
Well, one of these weeks we'll have our January transfer window.
We need to do a transfer summary again.
Transfer summary.
And this time actually post what our rating.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that's been it for the Premiercast Match Week 21. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Download the BettorOff app to see all of our picks. See how bad we are or good we are this weekend. See if Dan sticks by his words on the bets he's going to make.
Wow.
Just a little slate on his character before that.
Right at the end. Look at that. He's got it written down.
I've got all of them written down.
There he is. All right.
Now I'm going to go and
Thank you guys for watching. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.
See ya.